Hello, welcome to another episode of Sports Talk Now. I'm here with Eddie, Benji, and Eli, and we have a live studio audience. To start, we're going to talk about the NBA draft. Let's hear your thoughts first, Eli.
I thought it was, a lot of people said it was a weak draft, and I think it was at the top, but I also think there could be a lot of good role players and steals in this draft. I was not a huge fan of the Atlanta Hawks selecting Zaccharie Rizachet with the first overall pick, but there are also a lot of big fallers in this NBA draft, like Dalton Knecht, and I just thought the draft had it all, and it was really fun to watch.
Speaking of fallers, Modest Buzelis, the hometown kid, fell all the way to the Bulls. What do you think, Benji?
I think it's a great pickup for the Bulls. Obviously, Matas Buzelis grew up there, and before the NBA draft, he was projected number 1. His shooting splits fell off a cliff, however, and he didn't even go top 10. So hopefully if he can get his shooting back, he can become maybe an all-star for the Chicago Bulls.
Anything to add, Eddie?
Regarding Modest Buzelis, he's been one of the best G League Ignites we've seen in a while. So, in my personal opinion, I don't think he should have fallen back that far. But another guy who fell back really far was Dalton Knecht. He brought Tennessee to the Elite Eight, where they almost beat Purdue. And Knecht, he's a power forward who can shoot from the three and defend really well. So, him going to the Lakers, what do you think about that?
I think it's a great move for the Los Angeles Lakers. They are one of the bottom 10 teams in three-point volume. And I don't know about percentage, but they are not a great three-point shooting team. And it's good that they have a straight-up shooter now.
What do you think about Zach Edey, Eli?
So Zach Edey was an incredibly dominant player, as everyone knows, in college. I don't really think his skills translate very well to the NBA. He's slower and less athletic than some players. I think he could be a solid backup, but I thought the Grizzlies taking him at 9 to be like a franchise starting center was a little bit high. I don't really see him being that in the league. I just think there's some things that don't translate very well about his game to the NBA.
I would personally disagree with that take, as currently Zach Edey is balling out in the Summer League. He's doing really good. Just last night, I think he had a game-tying buzzer beater. And with him being the starter for Memphis this season, and they're going to need a lot of minutes from him, I think his progression will help. And I think at worst, he'll be like a Ivica Zubac type player.
I'm going to agree with Eli here. I don't think Zach Edey's skills will translate to the NBA. First of all, he's going to be dealing with more height and 7-footers now. Back in college, he didn't have that as much, and what he would mainly do was hook over shorter centers. Another thing is he's not fast, and he has hardly ever shot threes in his college career. And now in the NBA, if you can't stretch the floor, it's going to be really hard for you to succeed. Like Ivica Zubac and Rudy Gobert, they're a few exceptions, but other than that, there are hardly any guys who can do that.
Do we have any questions from the audience? Yes, in the Braves jersey.
Do you think if Zach Edey can develop a three, maybe take a few pounds off and become quicker, do you think he could become an all-star reserve in the future?
Since you're a Grizzlies fan, I'll let you answer that one, Benji.
I can definitely see that. That might just be my bias talking, but if he develops a three-pointer and if he just gets a little bit faster, I think we could be seeing maybe like a slightly taller Brook Lopez.
I think Eli had something to add.
Yeah, I was just going to say that I'm not sure about ever an all-star reserve just because I don't really see his three-pointer developing because he's really done none of that in college. But there are a few exceptions to people who couldn't shoot it. And Brook Lopez, I think, was a really good comparison. For the first few years, even of his NBA career, he was not a shooter. And he's really developed a three-pointer and it's let him play a lot longer and be a way more effective center in the NBA. So I definitely think he could one day become an all-star if he develops a three.
All right.
You right there.
You understand, since we all know Zach Edey does not have the biggest bag, do you think that teams are going to start to figure him out sooner than later?
How about you, Eddie?
They're definitely going to figure him out because in college he had ways of getting around people, but now at the NBA at a more skilled level, they're going to figure out how to box him out and take over some of the rebounds and stuff like that. So back to the All-Star reserve question, I don't think he'll get to that level, and this is the main reason because why.
All right. Thank you for listening to that episode of Sports Talk Now. We'll see you next time.